What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about this selfie stick. If you guys have watched my channel, y'all know how this review will go. Alright guys, so this is a selfie stick that I got for my Insta360 One X2. If you guys have been watching my channel, you guys know that I do record a lot of my runs on Insta360. I actually have two of them. This is the Insta360 One X, the first one. And then over here is the Insta360 One X2. This is the newer one. This is about 400 bucks on Amazon. So it is not a cheap thing. And whenever I am not using this, I usually keep it in a sleeve. This one, I'll tell you why it's not in a sleeve right now, because I really don't care about this effing camera right now. But yeah, I usually keep it in a sleeve because it is very fragile. So if you guys see the lenses on the camera, the lenses stick out a little bit because they are 360 cameras, and it gets a little bit more than 180. I think it gets like 185 or 190 degree angle on either side, so that whenever it stitches it and you can't see the line or you can't see anything. And it's an awesome technology. I didn't think I would love the Insta360 camera as much as I do, but I really enjoy it and I really like it. And that's the cool part about the lenses, but they are super fragile, so you don't want to have them scratched. And because they are prone to get scratched, you really want to be careful to not scratch them, because if you do scratch the lenses, it ruins the 360 effect. You'll see that scratch on the lens on different angles or whatever. It's just not good for a 360 cameras to get scratched. So that's why when I was using my brand new $400 Insta360 One X2 on this selfie stick, I wasn't too happy about that, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and talk about the selfie stick right here. This is one of the selfie sticks that I have. The way that you would extend it is by pulling up on it with a little bit of force, and when the camera is on top of it, you would usually pull up on the camera to do that. Before they had a selfie stick that was a twist to unlock and twist to lock feature, which I kind of liked. It was a lot more easier to pull on than this one, but this is the way that they went with this selfie stick and the newer selfie sticks moving forward. And the reason I bought this one is because it has a tripod. The tripod is a really nice feature to have. It's really easy to set up. Pretty stable if you keep it lower. So if it's extended all the way to the top, it'll be a little bit unstable, but if you don't extend it all the way, it's pretty stable. And I use this for a lot of my ultra marathons. Wherever I get to an ultra marathon stop, I'll put it on a table or on the ground, and it will stay there and get pretty cool footage. And I've really enjoyed seeing that footage on there as well. And you know what, it was working well. I really liked it. It could use a little bit of like rubber over here, because whenever you are running, this part does get a little bit slippery, so that would help too. And also probably a wrist strap would do well with this selfie stick as well. But the part that I do not like is the top of the selfie stick. So if you guys can see this right here, this is the top of the selfie stick, and it is missing something. It's because it is still attached to my camera. This part right here, which is attached to my camera, should be going on top of here. And the way that this is attached to the selfie stick is by a crimp. So what it does is whenever it's on here on the top, they crimp it in the factory, and that's the only thing holding the attachment point to the end of the selfie stick, just a little crimp. It's like 6 little crimps on either side. And whenever you are pulling on this, you know, back and forth during a run, each time you pull it up, that crimp loosens a little bit more and a little bit more, and to the point where when I was using this and I was using it during a race, I yanked on it and it just kept going, and this flew off to the road onto the concrete and scratched both lenses. So if you guys can see my poor Insta360 One X2, you'll see that it's scratched. Like, I don't know if you can see it over here, but definitely on this side over here, you'll see that there is a nice big scratch over there, and that ruins the 360 effect for the camera. Can't have these scratches on here. It's just not going to be the clearest image, especially if you do a close-up on one area. That scratch is going to be magnified every time you make it closer in the post-processing. And yeah, it's pretty disappointing that this popped off of my camera. I think that this should be welded onto the end of it. The way that they are doing it just doesn't work. And I'm not the only one that complains about this. I actually looked at the Amazon reviews on this afterwards. There wasn't a ton of negative reviews when I first got it, but since then, there's a lot of people who have the same issue where the attachment point to the selfie stick is popping off of this selfie stick. Clearly, something is not right. They did not do a lot of testing on this selfie stick because I haven't been using this too much, probably 2.5 months. Not that much and not a lot of races. So I've read reviews where they've used it for 10 days and it's popped off, scratched their camera. And once you scratch these cameras, they are useless. So this is pretty much a paperweight right now. And the good thing about me and my problem is I was recording when that happened. So I recorded and I posted this on TikTok, I posted this on Instagram, I posted it on the Facebook forum on Facebook, the Insta360 group, and one of the people on Insta360 contacted me and they told me that they would replace my camera for me. So I am a lucky one that they were able to do that for me, but still, I would not recommend this selfie stick at all. This is the $25 selfie stick. I did like the other one, like I said, the little twist to unlock and twist to lock. That one didn't put as much stress on the selfie stick as this one does when you are pulling it up. There is an ease of this, just pulling this up, but it's just not working because my camera broke, and this is not a cheap camera. Like I said, this is about $400 to $450 depending on how much you spend on the accessories. So this is not cheap at all, and I don't think that their $25 selfie stick from Insta360 should be breaking that easily. So I'm glad they're replacing it for me. Hopefully they do it for everybody, and hopefully they fix this issue because this crimping system that they have is just not gonna do it. But otherwise, I do like the selfie stick. But because of that crimping issue and because my camera broke, I'm gonna give this selfie stick a thumbs down. I would not recommend it to anybody. Don't buy this selfie stick, especially if you don't want your camera to be scratched. So don't buy this. And I also know that there are cover lenses that you can buy for your Insta360 One X. It's like a little cover lens protector thing, but it will downgrade the quality of the image. So that's why I don't tend to use them. I usually am super careful with this. I never carry it around without the cover on. Like this camera, always has a cover on, but yeah, this is now useless and I probably will buy a lens protector moving on. But for as this Insta360 selfie stick with a tripod, don't buy it. I wouldn't trust it with your $400 camera at the end of it. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review of this selfie stick. If you guys did, leave me a comment down below, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.